Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week, and it was another big week for me at the comic shop with 9 comics. Plus, I got a really big book. Let me show you the book. This is off to the side here. I ended up picking up Barry Windsor Smith's Monsters. I think it's a good 400 pages of black and white Barry Smith artwork. This one, I think there's a whole story that goes with it where it started out in the 80s as a Hulk story. And then it never quite got printed and it was sitting in a drawer, and Bill Mantlo saw it and kind of stole the plot for it. And it never got made into a Hulk story, so all these years later, Barry Windsor Smith made it into this giant book, which is pretty cool. I just picked this up. It was funny. I didn't pre-order this, and usually I get books like this off of Amazon or something. I put them on my pull list, and like my family gets them for me for birthdays. But as I saw, a bunch of people had this. Were showing it off today on Instagram or whoever. I don't even remember who it was. It was like, oh, this is out today. This is out today. So it's like I dipped into next week's budget and put an extra $40 in my pocket and said, you know what? If they have it there, I'll pick it up. So sure enough, I think it's $40, $39.99. So pick that one up. I look forward to reading it. Good stuff. Now on to my regularly scheduled comics. Well, first we'll show you my top of the printer museum cover today. That I've had this one out all week on top of my printer. Just sits there so I can pick it up and look at it. And that's a Nick Cardy Justice League cover. What is this, 102? And this is one from my childhood. It was a back issue, though. I don't remember where I got it. I don't remember who gave it to me. I didn't get many DC comics because I just didn't like them. But I liked this Dick Dillon Justice League stuff. I think he draws this one. And you know, that's just a really nice Nick Cardy cover. So I always like that. I always liked this issue. Really nice cover, really good stuff right there. So now I'll put this back put this back on the shelf and get another one out. So let's see what I got today. Usagi Yojimbo, Wanderer's Road, number 6. I don't know if this is the last issue of this or not, or if it's going to 7. It doesn't really matter. This is the reprint series, and they'll just start another reprints, volume, because they collect these all into the trades when they're done with the individual issues. So whatever the next one is will go on my pull list, whether this is the last one of Wanderer's Road or not. So, I've been enjoying reading these ones. I have all the originals still on my shelf, but I haven't read them in 30 years, so it's fun to read them again in color. Then we got Spawn 317. I think I get a little tired of Spawn, I must say. I've just kind of been picking it up as a lark. I may keep going with it just because, I've had 10 comics a week for the last month, but most of them are miniseries, and I think in 2 months all the miniseries will be over. So it's like my pull list will be cut in half. And I've been ordering these issue by issue. Like every week I get an email that's for final order cutoff, and I can put things on my pull list through that, or I can just order one issue of it. I've just been ordering these one issue at a time just because, I don't know, they're kind of, I've never been a Spawn fan, but I've kind of been enjoying these issues, but who knows for how long I'll be enjoying them. And we got, speaking of the last issue, here's the last issue of Outcast, issue 48, extra big issue. We'll see how the series wraps up. I don't think I might be the only one left buying Outcast on YouTube. I don't see Outcast on anyone's pull list. Even, who was it? Don the Comic Book Junkie at the beginning was obsessed with Outcast, and he bought multiple copies of issue number 1. But I'm the only one. I wonder how many people out there besides me have all 48 issues of Outcast. I don't know, but I've enjoyed it, so what the heck. Then we've got Once and Future, number 18. Our King Arthur comes back. That's not King Arthur. King Arthur's the bad guy. Comes back and wants to kick all the foreigners out of England. But of course, everybody's a foreigner. It's been a fun series. Lots of monsters. couple of Grandma Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as she's known. I think there's a giant dragon in this one. Lots of color in there. Who's this? Kieran Gillen, Dan Mora, and Tamara Bonvillain. Good stuff. And then we have this Dead End Kids, issue 4 of 4. This is one of those, miniseries I've been getting that's now over. It's just been a nice little story about these kids who find a bag of money that drug dealers lost, and it's just been trouble since. Of course, when you find a bag of money that drug dealers lost, it doesn't work out well ever. Now this one's interesting. This is the last issue of this story arc, number 6. Donny Cates, Jeff Shaw, D. Cuniff, John J. Hill. Then I think next issue Chip Zdarsky is going to be writing. But I don't know if that means he's writing the next story arc or he's just writing the next story. But this has been a fun one, crossover. About this supposedly takes place in our universe. And a whole bunch of superheroes from alternate universes end up coming over here. And mayhem ensues. I don't know what it is, but it's been a fun story. Been enjoying this one. Good stuff. And what else do we have? Cerebus the Duck. Of course, a Howard the Duck parody cover. Let's see. It tells us how many. This is copy 1104 out of 2286. 2,286 is not bad for Cerebus. I guess there's some Howard the Duck fans out there that he's taken to printing, numbering each issue. And printing the whole, length and the print run itself on the cover, the numbers have gone up and down depending on what the parody cover is, because there's some people collect covers just so if it's something that's popular, of course the number goes up. If it's not, I think the lowest I've seen them is around 1,700 copies. So, and there's Bitter Root number 12. I liked issue number 11. It caught us up on a lot of stuff. And this one has taken a turn. This takes place in the 20s or 30s. Maybe the 30s, during the Harlem Renaissance. And the main characters are all from Harlem. They're monster hunters. But I think in the last story arc, which is where I jumped on, the monster, they were trying to fight this monster who's in another dimension, blah, 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 blah. But a whole bunch of monsters came into our dimension. So now our world is kind of plagued by these monsters. And who's this by? Walker, Brown, and Green. Sanford Green does the art on this, and I really enjoy the art. I think it's nice stuff. But another fun one. I just started picking this up with issue 8. I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. I'll jump on issue 8. Why not? Because I heard good things about it, so I figured I'd give it a try. And the last one I got for this week is Love and Rockets. What issue number is this? Number 10. This comes out, 2-3 times a year. There's our Jaime Hernandez cover on the back. That was a little weird. Doesn't quite look like normal Jaime Hernandez. There's his Beto, Gilbert Hernandez on the front. They usually switch off each issue. One does the front and one does the back. I think Jaime usually does. I don't think I've seen Jaime do close-ups like that. Now that usually his covers are full figures. But Love and Rockets has been going on since, 1981? 1983? I don't remember. So if you're not familiar with Love and Rockets, what are you waiting for? Just go get the collected editions. That's the easiest thing to do with Love and Rockets. Everything's in collected editions. They keep most of the collected editions in print. Fantagraphics does. So if you ever want to try out Love and Rockets, go get the collected. You can take them out of the library even. They have tons and tons of collected editions. All sorts of different varieties and sizes. So go check that out. All right, let me show you a little bit of my artwork now. I didn't do any big ink drawings, but I was working. I'm a little frustrated by these colored ink drawings. I just took a couple of drawings I had already existing I bought a whole bunch of colored ink drawings at the beginning of this year, and I've been trying to work out a style with them. And I haven't quite worked out the style I want yet. It looks like if I'm gonna be using them with washes like this, I'm gonna have to switch over to some watercolor paper, because as you can see, this really makes the paper all warpy. And if I want to use all that liquid with the inks, I'm gonna switch over to the. Well, those are two. I really haven't figured out what I want to do with this colored ink style yet, but I'm working on it. So, well, then one more thing I want to show you. Speaking of drawing, yeah, they're so warped they don't want to stay there. Is I got this, which is a new webcam. It's a what is that? V4K ultra high definition camera, and I got this for doing. I'm going to be doing some live drawing on YouTube and stuff like that. I can just set this up in front, and I didn't even know anything like this existed till I saw Frank Cho on Instagram posted that he got one. And I was like, oh, that is cool. I didn't know it existed. So I got one of these this week. You just, like I said, you just set it up over there. I can draw underneath it here. So I'm going to be doing some more drawing stuff on YouTube with this baby. All right, so there you go. A camera, some comics, a big book, some artwork. You guys have a good week out there.